Kalen, what has it been like just getting here, getting the gear on, and then seeing everything? And
Yeah,
guys?
it's been great. Like, first of all, I'm happy to be here, happy to be in this organization, and just taking the field and learning from the coaches that I'll be learning from over the next couple of years is just amazing. Like, just having this opportunity to keep playing football and keep doing the thing that I love. So, I'm enjoying it so far.
Kalen, you're quite emotional on the call with us. Um, how are you feeling in that moment versus now?
In that moment, I feel like it was a lot going through my head. Like, I feel like the drive, that was the longest 3 days of my life, the most stressful 3 days of my life, the most emotional 3 days of my life. I've been through every emotion throughout draft weekend. So now, I'm good. I know where I'm at. I know where I'm going to be at. So I'm level-headed now, and I'm just ready to work.
Is that firing you up and fueling you up a little bit?
For sure. I feel like it definitely put a chip on my shoulder, a permanent chip. So I feel like I'll never forget that feeling, and I feel like that's only going to make me go harder and just keep me going forward.
How do you spend draft day? I mean, obviously it's a long day, especially on Saturday. How do you pass the time?
How did I pass the time? I was just watching it. Like, that was really the only thing I could do to pass time. I was with my family, and I was just watching it all day. The whole 3 days, I watched it all the way through. So
there's
that's
no
really
turning
it.
it off and stepping away or anything like that. You're just
No, I didn't never turned it off, but I definitely stepped away for a little minute, got my composure and stuff, but I didn't turn it off at all.
when was that you needed to kind of get out of yourself?
It was various different times throughout the drive, so it wasn't really a set point. It was a couple of times where I did that.
How many times have you intercepted Sean Clifford in practice before?
I don't even know. I don't have a specific number for you, but Sean is my guy. I'm happy to be here with him, happy to be competing with him, happy to be competing against him again, having an opportunity, and happy to be his teammate again for sure.
You talked about a chip on your shoulder. What do you think that NFL teams didn't see in you that they should have?
I don't know how to answer that. I don't know exactly what they didn't see. All I know is I know that Green Bay seen something in me, and I'm happy that they seen what they seen in me, took an opportunity on me, and took a chance on me. So I can only speak for what Green Bay seen. So I'm glad they took a chance, and I'm happy to be here.
When you walk into Lambeau Field, what's that emotion like seeing a historic stadium like this?
Oh man, it's great. I'm not gonna lie, Lambeau Field might be the best NFL stadium I've seen in my life. I never knew how it looked, but now that I've seen it, it's crazy. I didn't know it looked like that. It's nice for sure.
Kalen, I was told that you wore number 2 in youth football and in high school because you wanted to be like Charles Woodson. What is it like for you being here now in an organization that you played for so long?
Man, it's great. I feel like a lot of things just come back around full circle, and that's just one of the things where I feel like Charles Woodson is my favorite cornerback ever. And just to have the opportunity to play on the same team that he played for is amazing. Just a full circle moment, and I'm really just ready to get going. Yeah.
Have you had a chance to meet Carrington Valentine yet?
No, not yet, but I text him over the phone after I got drafted. I text a couple guys from the team. They hit me up. So Carrington was somebody who I already knew, and we already had a mutual relationship. So now that we're on the same team, I definitely look forward to building that bond with him.
I'm just wondering what you think. He's a 7th round guy. Comes in at cornerback and ends up playing quite a bit as a rookie and everything. What do you think of kind of what he's done and maybe what that means?
It shows that it doesn't really matter where you get drafted. He's another guy who went 7th round just like me. So, and he started multiple games last year, close to double-digit games last year, and that just shows how the round you get picked up in doesn't really matter. It matters what you do when you get here. So that's what I'm focused on.
Does that give you, I don't know if hope's the right word, relief, but when you go through this long process, but you see that, okay, there's a guy a year ago, same team, same round, same position, that went on and made something out of that situation. What does that do for you?
I mean, I feel like it adds to my situation. It shows that it can be done. So I already knew, me coming in here, I got plans on, being the Green Bay Packer, making plays for this team, making plays for this organization. So just seeing his journey and the way he approached it just makes me believe it can happen. So yeah.
How do you think you can make the best possible impression on this coaching staff? What's it going to take for you?
I feel like just approaching every day like a pro, taking coaching, asking as many questions as possible, learning from the veterans, and when I get my opportunity, just maximizing it and being accountable and being dependable, really, that's it.
Kalen, how do you think your time at Penn State and just playing in the Big Ten prepared you for what you will face in the NFL?
Yeah, I feel like Penn State definitely prepared me well for the NFL. You know, the way we approach things at Penn State, from coming 10 minutes early to meetings to the way we practice. We practiced for a long time at Penn State. So just everything. Like, I feel like Penn State definitely built the character and, you know, just the way to approach the game of football. So I feel like it helped for sure.
Was there a moment where it hit you that you were a Green Bay Packer?
Where it hit me? Honestly, yeah, it hit me right when I got the call, like, cause I was waiting for a long time. So when I finally got the call, it was just a bunch of emotions that just went into that, and then me actually coming out here, doing this rookie mini camp, going through it, getting coached by the coaches and all that. That's when it really hit me. So yeah.
By the time you got that call, did you start to think it might not happen? Were you starting to think, okay, free agency and look at spots, or were you kind of still holding out that hope?
I mean, of course I was holding out the hope till the last moment. Like I was saying, I was watching it the whole time. I didn't turn it off once. So I was hoping, you know, I kept hope. But it definitely did cross my mind that I wasn't going to get drafted for sure.
Hey, Kalen, you're from the Detroit area,
Yes.
right? How special is it that you will get the opportunity to play back at home, conference play, and maybe have a bunch of family come out and be able to see you?
It's very special. Like me, you know, knowing that I'm in the same division as where I grew up, a team where I grew up at, just knowing I can go compete against those guys in Detroit where I grew up. I got a lot of family there, so that's definitely going to be a big moment for me, for a lot of family to come out, watch the game and things of that nature. So
You got a guy in this locker room too, in Jaden Reed, who was immediately said, "This guy is not a seventh rounder," and was vouching for you. And then you got a guy in Sauce Gardner, who I think you know from growing up. How much did that mean to you to get that support from them and just?
It meant a lot. Like, just those are two guys who, you know, I competed with and against throughout my career playing football. Like me and Jaden Reed, we played each other 2 years ago, and we played each other twice, 2 years ago and 3 years ago. So, you know, we always been going at it. When he was at Michigan State, he was a real good player there. And Sauce Gardner, you know, we played them in high school in the city championship game. So just having the opportunity to compete with those guys, I feel like they know the type of player that I am, and they know what to expect from me. So those are definitely encouraging words for sure.
You put up some really good film in your career. I mean, you had a hell of a 2022, right? A year ago, what were you kind of thinking this would look like when you got into the draft, and do you feel like you need to get back to wherever that was?
Yeah, of course. Like the way I approach my game is like I'm constantly working to become better and better than what I previously was. So I'm always looking to improve my game. I'm always looking to get better in certain areas, and I'm always looking to take that next step. So that was something that's been on my mind since I first started playing football. So not really just this year or last year. Like I think of like that every year. So yeah.
Jaden Reed kind of predicted this in January. Just how cool is it to kind of see it come full circle?
Yeah, that's crazy. It actually is crazy because I remember he had dropped like a highlight video, and then I commented on it, and then he said something about like, "We gonna get you, watch," and I was like, "Just tell him come get me." So it's crazy how that all like unfolded and happened. So I feel like everything happens for a reason though. So I'm glad to be here.
What excites you about this defense?
Man, just the players that I know that are on this defense. Like, I know the tenacity they play with. I watch a lot of the games. I watch a lot of football, so I know a lot of players on the defense before I was even here. So just me watching a lot of football and seeing the way they do things, I feel like Jeff Hafley definitely is a very good coach who knows what to do with the defense, and I feel like I'm in a great spot. So.
Did you grow up a Lions fan?
Honestly, no. Cause it was hard to grow up a Lions fan. it was definitely hard because like they didn't do too much winning. They're very good now, but growing up, I like Calvin Johnson though, and Darius Slay when he was on the Lions. But it wasn't too much to like about the Lions back then.
Did you dream about being Calvin Johnson or covering Calvin Johnson growing up?
Did I dream about defending him? I mean, I knew by the time I was in the NFL, I wouldn't have that chance. So I already knew. Like I didn't dream about guarding him because I knew that wouldn't happen. But
Although he retired young.
yeah, he did. But I feel like it wouldn't happen.
Kalen, have you had the opportunity to connect with any of the other corners in the room yet, or any guys?
Yeah, so I reached out to a couple guys like I said before, Carrington Valentine. I reached out to him. I reached out to Jair. And that's really about it. I talked to Benny Snell a little bit. Those just a couple of the DBs who I just tried to get, cool with, closer with. Jair is a guy who I plan to become real close with because I grew up watching his film, studying him. He was somebody who, like, when I was in college, I was always turn on his tape and just try to mimic things and add things from his game to my game. So that's definitely somebody who I plan on becoming real close with when I get a chance to finally meet him. So,
What do you like about his game?
I feel like he's just like me. Like we're not the biggest corners, but we play much bigger than what we appear. And he just got that killer mindset, tenacity. He just approached everything like a dog. Really, he's just a dog. That's why I like dogs, and he's a dog. So that's it.
Not a cat person.
Not at all. Not at all.
For your dog?
Me neither.
For sure.